Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Thraundil here to bring you a StarCraft 2 Pro replay between LucifroN and Tarson. This is the best of 5 series final in the Go for StarCraft 2 tournament that was just held by ESL, number 39 in the row. And well, let's get underway. LucifroN spawning in the top right corner on the Steps of War as the yellow Terran. Tarson spawning in the bottom left corner as the red Terran, so this is going to be a mirror match. This is quite interesting since you don't see a lot of casted mirror matches between between the same races. I was just about to say that, but that wouldn't make much sense, would it? Because obviously mirrors always between the same races. Both players starting out quite standard, getting the SCVs going, but LucifroN moving out with an SCV here, trying to do some early, maybe a proxy or something. Yes, I think, yeah, we'll see an early proxy barracks from LucifroN here. This is quite interesting. Wonder what will come out of that. This will of course leave him quite behind in harvest account. LucifroN getting an early gas as well, so this will definitely be either Marauders or Reapers coming out of the proxy barracks. And Tarson getting out his barracks as well at 12 supply. This is fairly standard. And a gas at 13, so no surprises in Tarson's build, but quite surprisingly in LucifroN's build, proxy barracks with attack lab attachment on it, so we'll see probably Reapers. And getting out his orbital command as well, of course, this is a quite nice investment. The mules pop out from the orbital command, so effective, gives so much mineral. It's basically 300 free mineral for your orbital command that only costs 150, so it's almost stupid not to get it as fast as you possibly can. And the mule here mining for LucifroN, and Tarson notices that, well, LucifroN doesn't have a lot of buildings in his main, he doesn't have a lot of SCVs, he's probably counting with a proxy. Ooh, and LucifroN tossing down a barracks. A bunker in the main of LucifroN, Tarson trying to get some kind of foothold here, but Tarson obviously has a marine out, so this won't work out too well. But LucifroN's first Reaper getting 2 SCV kills, so kind of putting a hold onto the economy of Tarson here. Getting out some more Reapers. Well, this would be a shame only to buy 1 Reaper now that you have the add-on. Getting out a 3rd Reaper as well. Not researching any boosts for him. The bunker, however, seems to be... was actually going to be destroyed by Tarson. I would have thought that LucifroN would have cancelled the build. And LucifroN getting a 2nd barracks while Tarson has gotten out Marauders to ward off these Reapers. The Reapers getting a few kills on the economy of Tarson, but I believe the harass was largely inefficient. And if you look at the harvest account now, Tarson slightly ahead. Surprisingly though, LucifroN is already catching up and is actually bringing in more minerals and per second right now than Tarson is. Probably because Tarson was forced to pull off so many SCVs to defend from the bunker push attempt. And LucifroN is now getting out some Marauders, another Reaper, and another tech lab on his barracks in the main base, and a 2nd gas. Both players now getting their 2nd gases. LucifroN spiking ahead in the gas count. Tarson getting the factory, getting out some Hellions to deal with if he suspects more Reaper harass. This is quite a good idea because Reapers are light units and Hellions do so much damage against the light unit. Ooh, and a hidden starport up in the edge of his own base. LucifroN also getting a factory. Probably suspects the starport incoming, so he will maybe want to get one of his own. Pumping out meanwhile some more Marauders. Fairly standard. if your opponent gets Marauders, you have to get Marauders as well, because they are sort of needed against each other. Now I wonder what we'll see out of this starport. Attack lab, so we will be seeing some Banshee harass attempts. Tarson trying to get out with an SCV, but it just gets completely molested by the Marauders and the Reaper. Ooh, and the starport going up for LucifroN as well. Getting down the mules, mining. You can see LucifroN is actually ahead in economy here. And if we try to look at the army composition, LucifroN is also ahead in army count. They have approximately the same amount of minerals invested in the army, but so much more gas in LucifroN's army. Tarson having this lone Marauder that requires gas. All the rest of his armies are basically just mineral heavy, and I believe he is saving up for Banshees with the Cloak. Factory moving out to protect the main. This is probably quite a smart move. If you see a push, you will often see Terran players ward off their main base with buildings, making it easy to protect. And here comes the Banshee. Cloaking field is not completed yet, and LucifroN getting out a Viking in anticipation of this Banshee attack. The Banshees obviously can only attack ground, whereas the Viking has both an ground assault mode and an air assault mode. Ooh! Tarson here seeing the command center going up, trying to get a few snipes off on. And how long until the cloaking field is done? It'll still be a little while. But he sees the expand attempt from LucifroN here. This is quite an important spot. Ooh, and the Banshee so low on health, 8 health left, and the cloaking field, he really needs this. Getting out a couple of more. Ooh, and he has a Raven to spot these cloaked Banshees. This is quite a smart move. This will basically neglect the Banshee harass. Ooh, and the Banshee going into cloak, but the Raven coming in to spot it. Oh, and Tarson has to be careful here, else he's going to lose this this Banshee. Vikings obviously does so much damage to air units. Ooh, the Banshee goes down. Now Hellions and ground moving out to destroy these proxy barracks from the and the wounded Banshee is huddling home. Ooh, and the factory is getting attack lab, so we might be seeing siege tanks coming out for Tarson. This would be quite a good idea to deal with this largely ground-based army of LucifroN. And yes, we are seeing siege mode here coming out for the tanks. And a command center going down for Tarson as well, bringing him soon on equal terms, harvester-wise, with LucifroN, who's getting his second orbital command. And more barracks, so we'll be seeing a bio-heavy build from LucifroN, and Tarson here going for his third barracks as well. Repairing the Banshee that took this damage. And LucifroN getting out even more Vikings and a frontal bunker here to protect his expansion. And this scouting SCV is just going to be the coolest of plates. Tarson having the concussive shells for his Marauders. Of course they both have, because, well, if one gets the concussive shell, you more or less have to answer it with the same from the other side. That's the magic of mirror magic. Just a single advantage on your opponent's side, and you're basically screwed. Now pumping out Marauders from not quite having enough minerals or supply to support the Marauder push out. Tarson a bit ahead in terms of supply. Ooh, and a Cloaked Banshee coming in to take a few shots at these SCVs. Would probably, if that was me, have gone for the mules, because the mules are so efficient at gathering minerals. So taking out one is really a big hit. Ooh, and the Cloaked Banshee is running around here. Scan goes down to see if there are any missile turrets. He sees none, but chooses to retreat anyway. Probably in the face of these Vikings, who of course will just annihilate Banshees. Ooh, and LucifroN has a medivac and a second medivac coming out here. Banshee now hitting from both sides. LucifroN going for the one harassing his main mirror line, and Tarson now pulling away from the other side because of the beams coming in. But the damage was done. A few harvesters did go down. See how many kills the Banshee has. 8 harvester kills. And I believe Tarson is going to push forward. He's got a siege tank in siege mode ready. And this could provide all the difference that Tarson needs, because LucifroN has no siege tanks. Does have medivacs though. This will be interesting to see who will actually pull ahead in this battle. Ooh, and Stimpack goes up. Right when the siege tank went out of siege mode. This was very, very smart. But oh, the siege tank does so much damage. Why are these Vikings not landing on the ground? This is quite an interesting turn of events here, because if LucifroN landed these Vikings, their assault mode could have done a difference here. And now instead, he's being pushed back to defend his natural expansion from this attack of Marines and Marauders, and the siege tank is moving out SCVs to try and save himself. But I think this is it, and yes, LucifroN calls it GG, loses the first game in the best of 5 series against Tarson.